All right, so now we come to the now famous.
Everybody Loses segment of the show.
That's correct. And as is tradition, I'm gonna start off. So Matt, tell me what to do.
Okay, well today John is going to inform all of you fine people out there why engineers are the most overpaid and unnecessary profession.
Okay, cool. I'm an engineer, I guess. I'm an engineer of sorts.
Yeah.
And I guess Matt wants to put me on blast for helping out the world and whatever.
This is the point of the segment. So.
Using my expertise. So why are engineers
overpaid and unnecessary?
Overpaid and unnecessary. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe just unnecessary. We'll stick to unnecessary.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Why are engineers unnecessary? There's a lot of stuff out there, right? Like, stuff's been invented, maybe we like, there's cars, right?
Right.
Who's to say that, you need to, like, make cars each year? They all kind of do the same thing. They drive and they stop, usually.
Yeah.
And they sometimes hit things, but that's a bad time when that happens. Maybe you don't need a million engineers every year making a new Mustang when it's like, we got one that works. It's
right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Don't worry that it's, tied to progress.
I can hear the soul inside of you disintegrating as you're talking.
Yeah. No, it's cool, man. I didn't know we were doing these deep cuts. I thought we had hit our peak last week with the WWE and Bruce, but now we're going more personal. I see. Like, you don't need people to make new stuff. You just use the old stuff, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Because if you keep advancing in technology, you inevitably lead to a peak, and then the society collapses upon itself.
Right. That makes sense, right? It makes sense.
Have you ever seen movies?
I mean, I think it's one of those things where if it makes sense if you think about it, and it makes more sense if you don't think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we could probably just have no more engineers and things would go fine, right? I think so.
Everybody would be fine with cranking their car up to start it like they did 100 years ago.
Exactly.
So that's one thing.
Damn. So that's one thing. Why else are they unnecessary?
I see a single tear.
Yeah.
Falling down John's face right now. If only he could engineer another reason.
Ooh, nice. Good one. If you just have kind of normal people just banging two sticks together. I mean, have you seen 2001? No, you haven't seen Space Odyssey, right?
It's on my to-do list.
Yeah, it should be high on the to-do list. If you have a bunch of chimpanzees, what's the expression? Throwing shit at a wall or with a typewriter or something?
What?
Isn't that the thing? But like 100 chimpanzees with typewriter will make Shakespeare?
No, I've never heard that before.
You've heard that, come on. If you just have a bunch of just people that don't know anything about what they're doing, just trying a million times, like eventually, like the sheer odds are you'll come up with something. I mean, that's basically how they did it in the old days, where they didn't know anything about science, where they're like, oh yeah, if we spin this thing moves, and
you trial and error.
Exactly. So if you I mean, we get how many people? 8 billion, 9 billion people on Earth?
7 billion.
7, whatever. Same number. That's a lot of people that we could put to work. A lot of people that don't have jobs that can just like kind of hit two sticks together all day
and see what happens.
And eventually you'll have Shakespeare or the combustion engine.
So you're saying that because engineers exist, people have there's a higher unemployment rate.
Exactly. I was told by a college professor that the role of engineers is to put humanity on a permanent vacation. See, the irony is that eventually we'll be so technologically advanced that humans will have no purpose. Like you said.
Yeah. And
we'll all just cease to exist and the robots will just take over.
Right. Like I said, movies.
I don't know. Does that sounds alright though? I mean, I feel like it would be cool to be the last group before the robots overthrow us.
I feel like, have you ever seen WALL-E?
No.
No?
No.
It's a great movie. But
Sure it is.
that's pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much what happens there. But except they used up all their like resources, and they
That's
live,
always the thing.
they live on a giant like spaceship now. But they're all like fat, amorphous, like none of them can walk. They use these like hover chairs to move around. I feel like that's what like the last generation of humans would be like.
That sounds...
And I'm not sure I want to be part of that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe the group before that.
Yeah. Okay.
Essentially, you just get to us, like where we are now.
The fathers of the blobs.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Because then you just like you wouldn't have to work, you wouldn't have to do anything. You could just record podcasts all day, and and then eventually you wouldn't even need that because the robots could make their own content.
Right.
Literal content creators.
Right. They could come up with algorithms to like decide like how they could make content that is better than humans. So
man, I wish we had one of those right now.
Yeah. They could come up with a funny equation.
Like the Higgs boson was
yeah,
the funny boson. Okay.
Yeah, the funny boson.
The funny boson.
Okay.
Ooh. Stumbled on that one.
What are those Disney people called? Imagineers?
Imagineers.
Yeah.
We don't associate with those.
Yeah.
Those folk. I guess they're people that just make rides, which sounds pretty cool, but
yeah. Or is that just the name of like general like Disneyland employees? Or
no, I
specific.
I think Imagineers are kind of the software people in the. I would bet that that is the worst job because
being a Disney Imagineer.
I think just working for Disney because I bet that they just like suck the life out of you and give you as little in return.
Probably. I mean, I know a couple people that work for Disney that don't think it's too bad. Have you ever heard of like the secret rules of like working for Disney?
Isn't it like you have to smile all the time and
you have to smile all the time. You can't have like facial hair or something like that. You have to. When you like, if someone comes up to you at like the park and asks you where something is, you have to. If you gesture, you have to like use your entire hand.
Yeah, so
because some cultures think pointing is like.
Yeah, that's got to be. Yeah, you're basically under constant supervision. I wonder what happens when you disobey.
Apparently, you can't tell them no. Like you can't say the word no.
Really?
Yeah. Like.
What if they ask you something where that's the only reasonable answer?
Yeah, I know. Like, do you guys have do you guys have Hard Rock Cafe here? But there's not one.
That's what that's your big no. Not like
do
you have the codes to the nuclear launch pad. Like,
well, why would you ask that at Disney?
I don't know, but the answer is obviously no.
I was trying to think of some generic like chain restaurant that Disney would probably have, like I don't know, Margaritaville or something.
Okay.
Like, do you have one of those? Well, we don't have one, but how are you supposed to say no?
We don't currently have. Yeah, that's.
Do you direct them to the one that's 200 miles away?
Yeah. Do you guys have a North Pole here? Just keep walking that way for 10 years.
Yeah, just make sure you're gesturing with your hand.
Yeah, with your whole hand.
Your entire hand.
I want to know what happens when you disobey. Like, does a guy with like a guy in a suit just come and grab you and throw you in the back? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I guess so.
I remember reading an article once that said that they used to make the people in the costume or in the characters.
Right.
They used to make them wear like a specific kind of underwear that they would give you, but then they like wouldn't clean it.
Like Mormons?
Kinda, yeah, like magic underwear, yeah.
Yeah.
And they would, for some reason, they would make you wear them, and they wouldn't like clean them day to day, and it was like you're sweating.
Why?
What's
the point of that?
I cut costs. I don't know.
I thought you were going to say that they made them like wear the makeup of their character under also the mask of their character, so, even though no one would see it.
Just in case the head pops off. No, now I'm just a man dressed like a clown, or just like a mouse.
You've got like prosthetic, like goofy stuff on your face, even though you're also wearing a goofy mask that obscures your entire face.
Literally terrifying.
Yeah.
I wonder how many times that's happened. Like the head come off of something.
Yeah.
Or
that's another thing. You're always supposed to stay in character.
Yeah.
In Disney.
Like, what happens if there's like a threat? Like, what happens if there's a fight or something, or some?
Yeah, do you remember that? Have you ever seen that South Park episode where they go to like the old ye old town or whatever?
Or they're all stuck. No, I haven't, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, and they're all in character, and they literally do get like robbed. Like they're held hostage, but they refuse to like,
break character.
Break character, yeah.
I don't know. I give him a lot of credit. I don't think it's tough for me to like the character that I created that I just use every day because no one knows the real me. It's tough for me to keep that character all day, and that's I've been practicing that for 23 years. So.
Yeah. So your third reason.
so my third reason. I guess you could say that engineers are always quick to explain. I mean, this isn't really why we're unnecessary, but maybe people would feel talked down to a lot about. I don't even know. I guess they're know-it-all. Not me though, because I don't know anything. So.
Okay, that works.
You'll accept that?
Oh yeah, because I'm starting to pity you now.
So. Okay, great. Yeah, that's really all I want. Okay, so that's the 3 reasons why engineers are apparently unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's Matt's turn. So, Matt, you're a funny guy, right? Don't. No, I'm not gonna go there. You're a funny guy. The answer is yes.
I'm usually punny. Yeah.
Okay. So you like comedy and everything.
Oh yeah.
And I know you don't like this particular comedian, but
oh god,
you need to explain to me why Katt Williams is funny.
No, stick with Katt Williams.
Okay. Matt's favorite comedian, Katt Williams.
So you know how you know you a pimp? I hate Katt Williams. All right, so Katt Williams is this lanky, like, goofy-looking motherfucker who apparently has street cred, which gives him.
He wears dumb hats.
Yeah, he wears these flashy, like green, like looks like a leprechaun.
Yeah,
like, okay, I don't know what gives him the credence to be able to joke about being a pimp, which is his entire routine.
That's his thing.
Yeah. But yeah, how he's
explain
funny.
why he's funny.
Yeah, funny. Okay, like a clown.
What are his traits? Yeah, like a clown. When you see him, you see comedy. What are those things?
He dresses funny. Yeah, I mean that's like, why are you?
That's kind of laughing at him though, but I guess that's kind of.
Well, yeah, all of my things are going to be laughing at him because I don't find him really funny.
Yeah,
but yeah, okay, so he dresses weird. He dresses like a pimp, even though he isn't one.
He's a wannabe pimp. Yeah,
it reinforces his entire notion of being a pimp,
of grandeur.
Yeah, he was arrested last year. I thought that was funny.
Was he?
Yeah, I think so. I think his voice is funny. I can't think of like real things because I've never watched him enough to like gather. I don't.
I watched one of his shows and I was immediately turned off.
His voice is funny. His
clothes are
funny. Like a clown.
And his despicable actions are funny to laugh at him at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That was a lot. I don't know. I feel bad. That was a lot easier than the one I gave to you.
It's okay. That was it was more lighthearted. Trying to keep. It's been a rough week for everyone. With the Cubs winning the World Series and the whole Winona Ryder thing. So we try and keep it light sometimes.
All right, everyone. Well, me and John forgot to record an ending to this week's podcast, so I thought it would be important to bring you guys the latest polling results, and it turns out everybody lost. Big surprise there. All right, well, like us on Facebook, YouTube, Podbean, all that stuff, and see you next week.